Blocked my now ex-GF after finding out she was engaged and didn't tell me, but she was already struggling with depression. My now ex-girlfriend, 28F, recently distanced herself from me, 26M, due to mental health issues. Naturally, I was very concerned about this and tried to stay supportive without pressuring her during a tough time in her life, but we gradually stopped talking. As the relationship was relatively new, I didn't know her friends very well and decided to find their social media to see if I could stay in contact with them for updates on her well-being. It's important to note that my ex-girlfriend had told me during our 6 months together that she doesn't use social media. When I found her friends online, not only did I find out my ex does in fact have social media, but she uses it regularly. To my surprise, I found out she has been engaged to someone since 2019. When checking public records, her fiancé's primary address was listed as the same as hers. I was shocked and asked her about these things, despite her mental state. She denied the relationship and said they broke it off in 2020, to which I presented her with a photo of them in 2022. Note that she told me she always lived alone and bought her place out of interest in seeing new areas, and I had no idea she was living with someone, let alone a fiancé. I had been to her house before, but every now and then, she would cancel our plans at the last minute and provide some other excuse or some other BS reason as to why I couldn't go to her place, but she could come to mine instead. She said I was being crazy and said it's none of my business. She told me to leave her alone, and I said, gladly, to which she kept on talking wildly. I think she panicked and realized she was losing part of her support system. Part of me is shocked, happy, and relieved to have found the truth and gotten out of there before I get myself into a mess with this person, but part of me feels terrible for leaving her when she is struggling, and most likely adding to it. Once I figured out all of the lies, my guess is her mental issues are much more than just being depressed. I don't know much about depression, but from what I've heard, I don't think individuals typically go to such great lengths to lie and manipulate others. I guess I will never know what the full truth is or if she was even struggling. Am I a terrible person for doing this? Update 1. 24 hours later, the fiancé has not responded or hasn't seen the message on his social media yet. Ex-girlfriend has deleted her social media accounts entirely, all the photos of them and information stating they were engaged are gone. She still has another social media account that is private and actively uses, but I don't have access to it at this time. She has added 7 posts to it just this week. I will update again if the fiancé responds, not sure when that will be. Update 2. I have an update on the development of this situation. I contacted her fiancé who filled me in on a lot of details. We decided to get on a phone call to sort things out. It turns out they were together while I was talking with her. They were even still together while I was visiting her place, and she would hide all of his belongings like clothes, computer, pictures of them on the wall, etc. She would only let me come over when he was out of town for work or visiting his family. He said he never knew about me, and she hid it very well. He also explained the following: they did end up breaking off the engagement, but he broke it off because he caught her cheating with not one, but 2 other guys during their 5-year relationship, one of which happened right before she started talking to me. She would send them messages, talk dirty, send photos, etc., all the things she did with me. I also found out that the way I met her and the things she said to me are the exact same things she told her fiancé before they moved in together and got engaged. This girl told me that she wanted to get married and move in with me just the same way. In addition to this, apparently, the fiancé met her while she had lived in another state and was in a relationship with someone in the army. She left her army boyfriend, whom she met online just like her fiancé and me, to be with this guy and move in with him. The fiancé said he is not mad at me for any of this and was very chill and understanding. We both agreed that she is off the walls crazy. So it turns out she does this consistently and has made a pattern of it, almost as if she knows what she is going to do before it even happens. She knows all the right things to say to get the guy emotionally attached to her, and then she does whatever she wants once she knows she has them wrapped around her finger. I guess once she gets bored with them or starts feeling guilty, she cuts it off and starts all over again with a new person, continuing to build on the lies of her past. Thank God I dodged whatever in the flippity flop was this girl. I thought stuff like this only happened in movies. This is seriously one messed up individual. I do not feel bad about blocking her at all anymore. Edit. She spoke with her fiancé after I contacted him, and she told him I lied about everything. When she got distant in our relationship together and said we needed a break, she went back to him, begging him to take her back, and he said no lol. She probably would have come crawling back to me after had I stuck around to support her in her hard times. I hate to admit that I kind of enjoyed it at the time, having someone so head over heels for me, but looking back now, it scares me, knowing that it was not her true self.